G'day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video we're going to take a look at the Darkmoon Faire in 2024 and why you should join in and the benefits you can get from it. Now we're going to talk about all the new stuff first compared to 2023 or my 2023 video. The first is Sage. So Sage has been added in, at least that's how I pronounce it. You can do an enchanting quest from Sage, but you can also actually get some buffs from Sage as well, like flat attack buffs, flat HP buffs, defense buffs, mana regen buffs, basically a whole bunch of combat buffs from Sage, depending on how you answer the two questions. Now, these buffs are actually pretty sizable, and they last for a little while. You can do them once per day. They do actually help you out quite a bit, so it's definitely something I would suggest players do. I think it's something that's, I don't want to say is super important, but it's a 2-hour buff that can give you a 6% damage increase. Pretty helpful, basically. So definitely something I would suggest players do if they are interested, of course, in improving their performance. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the Dance minigame. So this is a new minigame that has been added in over the course of the last year. The Dance minigame is actually really cool. It's actually a really fun minigame. And if you complete all the challenges associated for it, so if you complete all of the achievements that come with it, you can actually grab yourself a Dance toy. So a Dance Darkmoon toy, which will summon a stage wherever you go. Basically, it forces the caster to keep dancing, so it's just a little dance mat that you'll be able to dance on. Now, the Dance minigame, you can see here on easy difficulty, is pretty straightforward. Essentially, the your opponent, the computer, is going to just produce a whole bunch of different patterns that you need to memorize. So it's just a memory game, it's nothing too crazy. As you increase the difficulty, you'll get more buttons to press for more runes, and you'll have to press them a bit faster. You're going to have to remember more, basically. Overall, it's actually a really fun, well-designed minigame, and I think it's actually one of the cooler things they've added into Darkmoon Faire. You can see just through all of this, plus the music, which unfortunately is not playing through the video, but it's actually just a really fun time. Honestly speaking, it's just very impressive. I liked it a ton, and the achievements and getting the achievements are really cool. You can get a perfect score on hard, get a perfect score on hard once, on medium, and yeah, if you complete all of them, then you can get the toy. So once you complete all the achievements, you will then be able to get the toy, or at least the 3 main ones. You can see it there, and yeah, it's really cool. It's a nice little addition, I think, overall to the Darkmoon Faire. So next, we have the arcade machine. So the arcade machine is pretty straightforward. You can spend a Darkmoon Faire token and you can play a whole bunch of the arcade games. There's actually nothing for doing these, from what I can see. There is nothing you gain from beating all of these games. It's just basically a whole bunch of mini games or world quest mini games you would have done over the course of your World of Warcraft playing time. So yeah, it's nothing crazy, honestly speaking. The arcade machine's like kind of cool, but it's nothing wild to me. Then of course we have the profession quests. Huge motivation to do these, especially if you are in Dragonflight. The quest will give you knowledge towards your Dragonflight profession, so it's one of the best ways to get knowledge or extra knowledge for your Dragonflight profession, as well as obviously easy bonus skill ups for your profession as well. Then we have the minigames. Minigames are all around, as always. You have the Firebird Challenge, you have the Tonk game, you have the Cannonball game, you have the Shooting Range. All of these minigames, lots of players will be very familiar with. If you beat them, you get a Darkmoon Faire prize box. That Darkmoon Faire prize box always contains at least one Darkmoon Faire prize ticket, which you can obviously use to get prizes. Very important to do these every day if you are someone who's looking to get some of the big prizes with the tickets. At the same time as well, you have the pet battles, basically the same thing as the mini games, except these ones will give you greater Darkmoon pet supplies. Not only do these feature a Darkmoon prize ticket, but they also actually feature a chance at pet upgrade rewards and actual pets themselves, so really good stuff in there as well. We then also have the races. These are, again, also mini games. You will also get a Darkmoon prize ticket if you partake in them. But these ones have their own like achievements and everything. Basically, you get a whole bunch of like different prizes depending on how well you've done. And yeah, basically you can just grab yourself potentially some mounts as well. Which is really cool. So it's a very kind of its own thing that you can get really, really good at if you really want to. So there is definitely incentive to partake in this, especially if you're someone who's into mount collecting. And of course, just it's quite fun actually. Routing and mapping it and knowing when to press the buttons is quite enjoyable. Then there's the fishing. So this is straightforward. The reason I separate this is because it's a great way actually to grab yourself a really good mount. You can get yourself the Darkwater Skate from this quite easily as well. It only requires 500 Darkmoon Daggermore fish, which is honestly like super duper simple. So Darkmoon Daggerfish are actually really, really straightforward. They take you like 30 seconds. They take you like 20 seconds to farm one. You can get this mount in about 2 hours of hardcore farming. Like if you just sit here, watch some anime or something and just farm Darkmoon Daggermores, you will have a free water mount in like 2 hours. So it's a great easy way to get a water mount. You can obviously improve the rates at which you fish up Darkmoon Daggermores if you want to using the fishing items, but honestly speaking it's a waste of time. Just basically have a good go from there. Next is world bosses. World bosses are super duper straightforward. Really, really, really simple. There's a couple that will appear. You've got the Darkmoon Wolf. You've got the Rock Art Band. That's who we're currently facing. Now the Rock Art Band will appear every half an hour. You then also have Moonfang. Moonfang and Eranis. Basically, yeah. You can get a couple toys, you can get some mounts from them, you can get 10 Darkmoon prize tickets as well. But realistically, a lot of it is just to drop cosmetics and toys and pets and things like that as well. You have the rides, so the roller coaster, the carousel, and a bunch of rides at Darkmoon Faire that will give you a 10% EXP and reputational buff, which is really, really cool. So it's obviously an incentive to go and get those buffs every day if you want to. There are alternatives. You can buy a Darkmoon top hat, which we'll talk about just now. But yeah, realistically speaking, it's just a great way to increase your experience and reputation gains for the game. And it takes very quick to get. Then there's some cool other stuff to do. Obviously, there's things like the Elder Elite Tauren Chieftains concert, which will be every single hour on the top of the hour. There's also the petting zoo where you can go see a whole bunch of animals. Realistically speaking, there's just a whole bunch of nice things to do with your friends if you want to just have a good time and just kind of make some memories and do some things. There's plenty of times I've just rocked out to an Elder Tauren Chieftains concert with my mates and just had a good time. And yeah, highly suggest it. Then you have the vendors and prizes. So there's tons of great prizes ranging from transmog to obviously heirloom equipment as well as mounts. I highly suggest if you are someone who's interested, the heirloom is actually fairly affordable. 50 Darkmoon tickets does not take long to get, and it actually makes it fairly affordable. It's one of the better ways to upgrade your heirlooms and get heirlooms. At the same time, Darkmoon top hats are really good. They provide you a way to mobile increase, or like on the move increase your EXP gain for an hour. So they're great if you're looking at leveling alts or leveling your characters. You can always go and claim some top hats and tickets and just kind of get a move on with your characters. As well as the daily quests, also a great source of EXP, at least the professional ones. And yeah, like I said, there's pets and mounts. Obviously ranging depending on your investment, but some are really, really cool, and there's some of the older ones as well, so it's a great incentive to also farm your tickets. If you play religiously and farm your tickets every day, you can quite easily get to the range of the mounts. But yeah, that's honestly it. last thing I'll say is the EXP and reputation buffs. You can use them to quite a fair advantage. 10% from Wii is very accessible, and especially if you're going to do time walking or something, you can access time walking directly from Darkmoon Faire, so it's advisable. Or you can use the Darkmoon Top Hat, but you can't use both of them simultaneously. And yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know. See you next time. Bye.